maybe Rinpoche's like more like real Tibetan. Okay, yeah, Matthew. Yeah, Matthew. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hello. Oh. No, yeah. Rong Jiao Song Zhao Gun La Da Yu Mi Gen Sang Ta Ba Zhui Bin Zhong Gong Chuo Zai Wei Jie Bei Tao Gen Zai Wai Xian Zai Xin Ni Nang Le Gui Sha Ce. All la su ni Andarin de la Shu Bei Chu Zo Ge Zhe Da Xiao Ji Bei Zhu Rinpoche Tang Nang Xin Ge Ani Chu Zo Ge Le Jin He Mo Ani Ge Ru Tang Nang Xin Ge Andarin Mönlam de le Nyam Shu Nang Bei An Zo Bei Bin Da 자세 포모 견시 참말이야 포미천 성지자식 들려서 주고요.
So I first would like to pay like my respect and say hello to Tashdele to everyone, in particular to Patrón Rinpoche, now in this center here.
Yeah. Gracias. 로바도 맞듯이 당하잖아. 아니, 나가면서 농쇼 지당시가 나가면 시제시는 농쇼 라류 있어요, 봐. 남이 최마다 사든지리야.
So I will now express a general explanation of Buddhism.
Rinpoche says, generally speaking, in a little bit kind of we are in the I cannot use this kind of the Dharma perspective, a little bit barbarian country. 아니 제 사버도 공사 정보 전부 유배 리스마저 취지자는 라치는 안 봐. 아니 시절에 되는 심배인데 노쇼를 봐 쳐줘서 쳐들 다제 안에 당신이 지심비르스. According the Buddha's prophecy, and of course the teaching is going to direction of the north. And also, due to some circumstances in Tibet, Chinese invaded, and then principally Holiness and some other great masters to broad. They came to exile, and then Dharma is spread in the West. Lora momongone lora jata chiklag moine ani Thailand da Sri Lanka su gom gi kolia anno jo chu ta de ji shungdus but anyway over the 1 centuries and from the Thailand and the Sri Lankas some Islamic masters came to in the West and to start some meditation traditions. 얘는 다 첩치셔도 비지 나오시 차도에서 된 거리야.
These days, like Tibetan Buddhism is more permeated in our Western.
Day non and then that's something though. Siba Jawa Yongsen Zimba. And it bedroom machine, Saudi bedroom machine, Garden la Tene, and on the Beijing Lumba Dinolia, and it chose Tenji Jachambo, Tukutama. And it Chulu rime, Chuji rime, Miri rime, Tinizam Choyage, and it Shaji Labuchinji, Shana Yuris.
And also, especially in this center, and this center is quite good and quite nice, and also this center is full of the non-sectarians, and there is no kind of the you and me or this. Everybody can to enjoy, and that is the very precious.
Romchek Danda Konya, and a Yende, Kakuchi Messin, Tantaniji, somebody, Dynami, Jibadamba King Jong. On the Jibadamba Kanjina, Beshajiman Zagran, Don King Mesa Piji Mevatab, Ja, in a Pegin and a Kabatuzi, and Romchek King Jong Nane, and Kranley in there, and came me some weird day. Beshasana Chuzo de Zubala Dene, and the Mimabuji sing a canyon theatre. Dana singing around Mimabuji didn't only Sonasai, Divajan. But the zoo Beshajan and Yomutuagi, Benjog Yomutuagi, and you and then Laname Basilis.
There just a few minutes ago, there's one speaker to say that I haven't got any qualities. And of course, this is like kind of the ancient, some practitioners' tradition, they take low profit, but that is we knows. And also to create, due to these centers, maybe it's like kind of many people be happy, and also many people can to understand what is the right and the wrong.
The zoo Rumbachin, Yuandenji Yuni, take it to the Nibaltan Shumsha Jiremato, and a Miss Sundashim by now, Trajabo, Zubo, Laucheva Jigi, and a pair of Sogas Sangishaji, the young two years.
And also maybe in according to the center's qualities, and this like kind of the courage and diligent, due to that, then this is become the successful. Otherwise, it's maybe rich or any powers cannot do like this.
The name of that Rumbachin get the day and it Mönlam Lapching and Zebe, Chashi Mobujuban, Dangazo, Rim Malon Soede, Hajangi and Be Shaji Chambo, Pento Chambres.
And according to the centers, we are the non-sectarians to gather here and pray the world peace, and that is the really very important.
Oh, the name I don't know Lana maybe and to just some Dindichi did Nalam Ye Unzun and Longa Chin, and Bangaran's Same Dibon Geduja Cocote, Langanzo Taridi Mimam Shoot Pesha, and in Tapani, and in Bay Garden Chair GC rounds, yes, sugar.
And according to the, as I said, the centers and centers wish, and also according like this, and then this how do you say, it's a gathering prayers, or these non-sectarians, Nangchö Mönlam, and now it's like this is maybe fifth one, and also this kind of we are gathering in this mandala and together to be here. He said is deeply thank you and great wish.
Tanganzo Rumbachin get the Nege Lapcheng Zabata Chaji Yabanaji in Pabasongoni now, and that payable leg to Mutuni, Joshua Jacket, Keshamburemata, young was watching Senshu Charter, the mayor, young Monsieur Mevataji, Joshua Shiramajabayina.
And also in the according the center, administrators, students, and put a lot of effort. And Rinpoche says our Tibetan communities, we should to support and to make the courage and continue them. If we do not support and we do not kind of give to courage, maybe also in the center administrator, so on, and maybe if we don't support, maybe also losing interest, enthusiastic, and therefore, and our Tibetan communities, we should need to help.
这样，上去三八情况，这边就是目前各公民，现在短度民众显得高，平时定的这样老百姓，초별 정보를 초보 때문이지, 아니, 솔라 펜바 민족, 리타치에서 얘기. 상주 선배 오늘 신나다 된달려 당을 말때 지금 리자 투모 나온 거야. 아니지 투디스 투방 나네. 신뢰바 지금 천대당 심할 펜베 당아야 보지 판나 바이나야. 아니지 고금면도서 로반진도도서.
And the first great Bodhisattva of the Zaparan, which says, I think this quotation is from the heart, the treasures. And he says, if I give advice, they don't listen. And if we are like towards to the others to have the white heart, but the repayment is really, how do you say, bad repayment. And in this perspective, is like kind of become desperate to do something beneficial to others, and therefore we need to support them. Of course, all the Bodhisattvas, generally speaking, they have commitment. Whatever in situations they like kind of needed to do benefit for sentient beings, they never become hesitated or tired. And but of course, sometimes it's difficult. We do understand.
So, 공로 넘버 답에 지를 시행을 받지 펜아 선배. 아니 바시디 걸려. 아니 고알로가 랜드도스.
If we do like the deeply white or the heart, pure heartly, and doing something others, but others, they misunderstanding or misleaded to, they understand the wrong, understand. That is like sometimes problems.
다른 신게 소소 남지 지 죄바 말하다 요지 창선제 내가 니 파션 정부 당사주나 대 소소 남지 통된 얘기 초별 정부 아니 초보 통비です
and also if we are all the times doing the trickeries and cheating to others, and then even that we meet some like a direct honest people, we perceive as the same as ourselves, and the other one is like we imagine thinking, other one surely trickery and cheater, and this kind of situation.
근데 인도 내가 들리지 딱도 걸라는 술래야 아니지 간르지 소소시아나 양지 제강지 펜서 말이 상상제는 배지 저라데 저로도 사지.
When you see these situations and your courage to doing something others is really like kind of losing, and a little bit like kind of the feeling is hopeless or the desperated.
이거 근데 인도 걸라 제상한도 롱부친게 강 나마들이야는 가서 저쇼 못히는 제고야 가서 다소서 뒤에 마카는 애지 가가래 마도 되네 지 소소게 조모 뭐시 참말이야 제만이 양면 소리 가서 난 강마가 내지 쉬는 애지 다 데려 마도 아니 강가 하루 벌진 배로 지시는 레기 지시고요.
And also according the centers doing like this, and they are try to best, they are like kind of the how do you say, like diligently they're doing, and also in the futures out their communities maybe continuously in the futures maybe pleased to come more and more. That is Rinpoche says.
당서 롱아친 sabare ta tanda loshi chin sabare tanda lo ngaba de mongba ngo so ye digi geu za de zulia su su dilia le ne Rinpoche da ane gidu rambache kable jaba nangshin ge ane korang kodi shu dilia ane ngorang su zamche ne ane gyo kang sa ju shungpa de pe yabu shung song san ne jese rang che ge de pe ke chimbo res.
And this is the fifth, it's the Nangchö Mönlam, and also we already like at the beginning until over the fourth, and this is the fifth. And of course, during the we are done some virtues, and when we are doing the virtues, we should to have admiring or the enthusiastic, or this is great opportunities, and I have the opportunity to do some virtue, and happily we should to practice.
Teyang janggo lama zongwa ba chenwe beba chungwe lao chen chodi ba gyala jisi ran chodi sonsi kawle chunju ma to jio bunga nge yao ja chenpo saya yu digen ki talam jiyo res.
And also I translate one, and we are doing like this, everybody's need to rejoice. And now Rinpoche's quote from the Jetsongkhabas.
Beba chungwe lao chen chodi ba gyala jisi ran chodi sonsi kawle chunju ma to jio bunga gyata ja chenpo du tuye de ni rangjin ki gyawala jisi ran chiye de res.
The superiors of the virtue is the rejoices. If you are doing the small, like kind of the virtues, when you are rejoiced, but this virtue is become the vast.
Chabaranga nguje gyawala longsen chewe gawa cheche nase laborde susu gemde shesen bi gyawadya dange gyawad shibu duya rasa nga shibu insa ngaji mebe tone ani delia gawa gamba ina.
And whatever we done the virtues, we cannot to have the some is like or I done a lot of virtues, this sort of like proud and the pride, and that is not good.
Nguje gyawa kongde pelo she jebe som bi tende dushe tang goba sheyang mo de tonwe nase senche gawa de da jena le so du chen song res. Nguje rangi gyawa kongde pelo se jebe som bi tende dushe tang goba sheyang mo de tonwe na senche pelo she jebe som bi tende dushe tang goba sheyang mang do tonwe na senche gawa de da jena les. O jeza o dingen de she jaw rumche jeza sosu gyawa le jisi ran jaba ina ani sosu ngi she ngi sa she gyawa de kong de pedo res sosu gyawa le jisi ran sa sin bi gyawa le jisi ran jaba ina ani jeza de course na kan person ani sanje jamden de shiroji parishin bi ndo no le songshe res de.
If you done some virtues, you should to rejoice. If you rejoice what you done virtues, and what you doing the virtues increase. And also this is like kind of in the Buddha's teachings, and to say like this. Therefore, the Tsongkhapas quoted from the Buddha's teaching.
Hola so otedida jesa ne ngzo da so gyawa kang sheba delia ne jisi yang che raung ge jisi na sha jun delia me shen ge kan ri ji yabu ji sambu ji che don delia yabu ri sa ga gang de pek ke chembres so se kale jo mo go to ne be ge za nyam de ta yen ji so se gyawa kang sa ba delia nga ji me ba to ne so se ga gang nga de ko ga yabu shong song san gyawa gang ba ina so se gyawa de kon de pe do ge res.
Rinpoche says whatever we done virtue or someone's doing the virtues, if we have excellent rejoicing, and also it's like to ourselves, and this time is I have great opportunity, I done some great virtues, and now I'm like happy and I have a lot to rejoice. And if we have like this, then small virtues is become the big, large, like this.
그 단다 롬바체게 소환하신 먼저 강사 계속서 이날에 최주 리스마 집에 최진 담아라 카디 논리하는 배지 야제 공배 and wasn't jail pending a shot doing it. The Samalia Gagan just a vacation place. Church did a coach did a nachi dins in this short time maybe Tony.
And there's before the speaker says, maybe we are very important to take the non-sectarian activities, and also according that maybe any kind of traditions and different lineages, whoever centers doing this kind of activities, we cannot to have jealousy or rivalry, and we need to rejoice, to pray, to enjoy. That is the very important.
I want to check.
Oh, look, thank you. We can give 1 minute if you have any question. Matthew. No question. Number
Yes, I'm
yeah, Munak you take oh yeah. Tonight you could chorel.
Thoma tela ane kianne gendo gide namba ta ane tela pepe jezo namba ane ningong jala chet pepe ne churu namba changma la ningong de le shui ane tata medorum budin ka lo den je ningala jwa chinju ni yo ta jwa de ting sabu chayu me mi hite nga da nga da mi mo bojela pa je tokwa yore sam gide ne te ser ni ne mambi shola ti se ne pento bi le wa shui yo.
She said is firstly, all the source of the refugees, lamas, monks, and also our Dharma brothers, sisters. Firstly, she said the Tashidele, and second, she said she has one question. Maybe it is for useful. Therefore, I'm going to ask some to the Metok Rinpoche.
Chua tombo de karen shue na tata chitangi nga su nongba siya te pina Malaysia inare, Thailand inare, ani popa changwa nongba res. Ani nga su popa te mi segi popi nongchu te mi segi res edi kapsu. Ani ti kapsu rumbo chengi teshin du temen siya jingi konyo yo. Ti gangla siya ni shi sha uyo re. Yon na nga su nyamsu lendong chepa siya uyo res chua kuyo yingila. Chua di siyo chase.
And her question is, and according the different traditions, and according the Tibetan Buddhism, and also Thailand and other, you said which one is Thailand and Burma's, and what is the difference between these kind of traditions? And he heard there is like kind of the Hinayana and Mahayanas, and how it is the differentiation of these traditions. First, Rinpoche said, your question is excellent. Thank you.
Chulu de Basanjebi, Chulu Jiji Yimba Kanshila, and it is Nonzelia, Mendra Yonde, the Karari.
Generally speaking, all the Buddhists are the same, but sometimes they are subtle, a little bit different. Why?
Sanje Jamden de Tokela, Tuji Sheba, Demba in Sonza, Cheji Masone, Kabuchito in Detsamedin Yamlen Chegres and Somba Maimba.
Fearless teacher of the Buddhas, he taught and Dharma, and he didn't say there is one single medicine and it is the remedy for everything, and one single teachings to everybody's follow up. That he didn't say that. Of course, according to the listeners, followers, and they like kind of the faculties, and according to their own like how do you say, the faculty or facilities, and then it's like there is a different type of the Buddha's taught.
배차서는 제스무라 탐제가 내주 뒤샤버데 조지 반대 아르샤 상주 랑주 드마 시드제.
For instance, all the resuming of the Buddha's frames, Atisha said the comment, and that is like the path of the Bodhisattvas.
denonlia lambing jebsang lamji rimba jirimba cheng chungwa so ani sekatene.
This path of the durations.
공조 송라 조선도 점리 장시 제비 토네 아니 녀송게 동해라 아니 베 타야게 탑장지 림바지 된.
And if you take in the refuge in the three jewels, and this can make the rebirth from the lower realms and to reach in the superior realms.
양 강사 될에 엄부 때서 자데 솔리 아니 베 녀송게 동해라 타바장마인 바 장니 코에 동해라 타바지 타탑게요 림바나 지 된.
And secondarily, Buddha, he taught, and you liberate from the samsara, and you yourself to be the liberation.
양 될에 아니 엄부 초도 줘봤더니 아니 장니 장 아니 동해라 타서 뭐베 마긴 스진 탐제리야 아니 베 상구당 대체네 신제 탐제를 팬드 두에게 탑도 초도 줘봐 상제리 해서서 현대 베 자첨 뭐 럽체버 두에게 된들이 아니 장니 상제 탐되게 상주기 셈 제베고네 아니 상제게 고판주에 제부 침비랑지 좀 봐세 림바송송도.
And then his superior faculties, and he taught about the bodhicitta and to doing the benefit deeply, vastly to the other sentient beings. And that is like to teaching more high faculties, sharp faculties, and therefore there is different class.
디제디 ndo dune seb sebaina zo ramni khoi dongel tabi chedla songse de ni Thailand da tan de sang gelon sebo soju namju dilla soju nangchö la de songsha bachi.
And if I tell you the clearly, and to liberate from the samsara, and this teaching is more like a follower of the Thailand and Burma's.
다 딜레 테메기 추에세 de nangji tanya jasa diris.
Generally speaking, it's like the Theravada.
다 추주 셴만데 아니 랑니 khoi dongel 장le 타네 장 마인 바 신제 탐제리 아니 팬들 라나메 바 두에 쳇라 아니 랑니 상제기 냐베기 상주 셈 꼬네 란 두베기 틸라 티싱기 추에세 디 타니 도스레기.
Other traditions, you say, is like all the mother of the sentient beings want to make the liberation, to this kind of the motivations, and to follow up the Bodhisattvas. That is what you call the Mahayana.
대체디 대신기 최대 양다진 테맥 추어송하나 송이 말했어 그런지 디자 레다 관람을 해도.
And Buddha's Mahayana's teachings is not easily to teach, because it's like this kind of the received teacher, the student is more sharp and more to suitable contain.
대답을 대신기 최대 계시 담에서도 초자는 상교원 두시 이름 뭔고 나 내려 잠되는 게는 배 퇴모만 배 강성 유시지 세지 리지를 로송 최소라 상제 되게는 배 나게 최에서 표지 남체 나다 표지 나 소보들 다 내게 영배 상원 내장 하장 그 상제는 강성면에서는 로이 충분히 맞죠.
And therefore, generally speaking, Mahayanas, you are like kind of need to do the accumulation 3 countless times. And also others, there is called the Vajrayana. And this is like kind of the maybe if you receive and the secret Mantrayan's teachings, you can single life, you be enlightenment. But Mantrayanas is called the secret Mantrayanas, and these teachings is not really to teach publicly, and therefore in Tibetan is like more Vajrayana tradition.
no so se cha me jo ye
as a kadinche ani ngal twani pa chi ara gela tinti ani tata chinamba ge tata ngaso rangi gewa dreba inare yengi gewa dreba inare gewa chunchu shma chi ba dreba ina tela gawa ji se yerong gore somsora ani tikap sam ta ngandra pepa mi chi gin samba ina gawa ji se yerong wa tela samsa ngaje da khinte ngos ndo ninganda tela pena cha shawa ina ngi tiri ni ta pe chunchu chi la shawa ina ngi tiri kora ja thamba jawa ina tiri ngi kora ja thamba jaye sambi gawati samsam kinje da ani ngabje ngon do ninga dashta tik kapsula ani nimbu yakshu te kangla tena yaga yore sen twashugi.
And her question is, she said, is like sometimes rejoice also and a little bit risky, because it's like sometimes you very strong rejoice or doing the virtues others or myself. And this rejoice is a little bit the part of the proud. She said it's like they take examples. Today I made the like 100 times making the circumambulations. And then she said, oh, I done like this. Of course, I have like kind of rejoicing, but that is the difficult to distinctions between the proud or rejoice. Can you, if this kind of the thoughts is coming, which kind of the antidote?
Yeah. Ta dilia dili sam tang ne digi yum ro nga je ji che ba ina ani dilia pento kari ge si gewa sa ge diba sa ge si nga to chö du ge che ro da lang sing ge su su ji si rang che ba ina ani gewa sa ge diba sa ge si digi dong bu yan je ji che ba je su su lo li di che du ko le ani ta nga le kar che ne kipen cha du se ji ani di dang ga je su su marbe tab deva chen shibai na nga kar chen kesang cha ya se on sama ken de la chong mon de barwa nga je chen nga chong ra de nga go go nga khe ra da nga je je do che de na de je ji me a sang lang san de tembe sing do ji
Rinpoche says, when you have this kind of thoughts, and then you should to analyze these thoughts. This is really pure joy, rejoice, or this is the proud. If you have proud, anyway, it is like the non-virtuous, not much benefit. If you really like pure rejoice, this is the virtuous and this is benefit. And therefore, firstly, when you are rejoice, what is this, proud or rejoice? Maybe we need to investigate or to analyze.
Okay. 다음에老师 等你 당가서 라사가 당배 주래. 라사 당배.
There is in the Lhasa, there is one idiom.
젠데기 고요. 젠데기 신경이 또스 메투사체네. 내가 고요라고 그러. 고jen기 터시체네. 탑려야 잡아도 나면 고jen기 또스 파시에.
These idioms, and when you make the tender to put stove to turn the fire, and if you have the more expensive of the question, how does text, and then this one you make the kitchen tower.
대나진 오늘 전에 상지민 좀 제부터 무슨 붙인게 나면 탑자지 계주체 나장 좀 어서 보셔서 아무 질문이 답은 건다셔야 나도 더시민도 안 되마도
Rinpoche says you looks like this, you know, the wood to use the turning the fire, and you looks like the kitchen towers. I'm very sorry, he said. I think translator is not good. Okay. Lasso.
Dani kanchani mayan sewa pame pancho chare
Sao yo nhi pye ona